Everyone, welcome to Lunch Hour Legal Marketing. Let's hit the news. All right, Guy, first up in the news, this hit me. This is in, amazingly, Insurance Journal. And by the way, I am not a regular reader of Insurance Journal. The only thing I can think of reading less would be tax strategies. But two high-profile personal injury law firms are suing each other over business model theft, which is interesting. I'm not sure that is a protected concept, but Sokolov Law is suing Jason Stone Injury Lawyers and Keith Glover, a former Sokolov employee. This was filed on August 13th, but basically an allegation of business model theft. It feels like, I don't know much about the law, despite the fact this is where I've lived all the world. It feels like a hard thing to push. What do you think?
I don't know anything about this story, except for what you just said. And
Okay.
I don't know, unless there's like some kind of trade secret or something.
Here, let me read this out to you.
Model theft.
I'll read this out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Glover, by allegedly copying Sokolov's entire digital operations playbook and delivering it to Stone when it became Stone's director of operations 8 years ago. Okay.
So yeah, it sounds like a trade secrets or trade practices or an intellectual property theft type of deal. But yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I hate to bring it up, but certainly copying someone's database and taking that with you would certainly be problematic. But this, don't know. We'll see how this kind of plays out. All right. Next up, above the law, there's a unfortunate issue of above the law by someone who, a prosecutor who on camera thought that they could get out of getting a DUI. I would say, lawyers, if you drink too much and drive too much, remember that you are on video when you get pulled over. Now, Guy, you and I have both invested in Capture Now. We've done a lot of content around AI intake. I don't know when Smith launched this, but I've seen it recently pushed pretty heavily. They've launched their AI reception service. Do you know anything more about that? I've just seen it recently. Do you know when that came out?
I don't. I did see the announcement, but I have not tested it, and I don't know much more than that about it.
We haven't looked at it, but I would call that a third player in the digital intake space.
Oh yeah, more than three. There's a lot. There's a proliferation of AI intakers.
Third legal specific?
No, there's a couple other ones.
Okay.
But I'm blanking on them, but I should know them.
Okay.
Maybe we'll put them in the show notes. But
we'll put those in the show notes.
So hot right now, AI receptionists.
And we full disclosure, Guy and I are investors in Capture Now. That product has dramatically improved. And it's something that is very usable. I don't want to push it too hard, but if it's something that you want to look into, I do think the concept of a digital receptionist who is always available, can tie into your practice management software in a best case scenario. Like it's pretty fascinating. Is it the right way to go right now for everyone? Probably not. Is it a tool that you should be aware of? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, my view is that you give people the option for people that want to engage with the bot. Great. Give them also the ability to opt out quickly with a human, but there are certain contexts where it makes a lot of sense. I think the problem is that, like a lot of this AI and automation stuff, lawyers see this and like, hooray, we don't have to have a human being ever answer the phone ever again or talk to a client, and then you see the horror unfold.
I will share an unfortunate example that I know of where the person on the other end of the line was adamant about wanting to meet in person. And AI created an office for them to meet with the firm at that didn't exist. So,
yikes.
Yeah. So we're still working these things out. Having said that, you should learn about it. You should know about it. You should know what's going on. Google search rankings. This came out on September 15th, 2 days ago. The rank and position tracking was completely way off. And so there was a bug or a change. If you're seeing massive volatility, know that that is not unique to yourself. That kicked off. I think that happened on September 14th, and it was really covered
Not a
pretty
bug
widely.
at all. Not a bug at all.
Share.
And
Tell us more.
nothing broke on Google's end. Google intentionally has removed the ability to see search results, 100 search results per page. So all of the rank tracking tools that rely on that, they broke.
Okay.
So, but again,
so what to do, Guy? What to do? What do you think?
Contextualize your rank tracking data and keep perspective, and focus on actually qualified leads and cases, and stop obsessing about where you rank on any particular day in what platform, because by the way, it's all directional anyway at best.
And the real number is the consultations. You said qualified leads, right? Like that's the key, right? So keep your eye on the right ball. Interesting. This was a post from Joe Giovanoli. I butcher his name every time I say it. This is from Joe. I thought this was fascinating. He wrote a post citing a decision maker survey from the LMA and Above the Law. CMOs didn't sign up to be the CTO, but the data shows that 70% of law firm CMOs are now leading firm-wide tech adoption, which does not surprise me, Guy. Like even I said we're not going to pitch the conference, but even at the conference, which we specifically made it on marketing, there are a lot of COOs. We have a lot of COO speakers. This technology role is what we haven't seen a lot of is the law firm CTO. There is really an assumption by the really good growing firms that either the CMO and or the COO has a very, very deep hands-on understanding of technology. And I don't think that is going to shift. Any thoughts? You're contemplating.
Well, I think this is an example of, and this is I think Joe's citing, is that from Above the Law?
It's Above the Law and LMA.
First, let's just acknowledge, and I haven't looked at the data, so you can push back on this. That's reporting is probably skewing heavily big law.
Sure.
I think about smaller, mid-size, direct-to-consumer firms. Number one, many of whom don't even have a CMO, but let's look at the subset that do have a CMO. Like everything else, they're probably being asked to do a bunch of technical things that really, in my view, wouldn't be core to their role and probably would be better executed either if you got the budget for it, a full CTO hire or outsourced. But should CMOs have some certainly MarTech competence? Like, of course. And so I think that this is an example of and again, I'm not even specifically referring to the survey from the LMA and Above the Law, but the story, and I'm sure this is the story that we just heard at the summit, is folks are being asked at firms to do a lot more than what a lot of people would traditionally think as a CMO role, right? Or marketing directors. Marketing directors, they're asked to do all these things.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it's unrealistic. So,
well, I'll tell you this, as I talk to this happened to me last week, talking to a prospect. The guy's role, I believe, is in-house marketing director, something along those lines. It is very clear to me two things. Number one, this guy's understanding, hands-on understanding, not high-level understanding, hands-on tactical understanding of technology and technology systems is very, very high. It's also, and my response to that was, they are going to win their market. They're not winning now, and he's 4 months into his job, but they're going to win their market. And I really do believe that it is more, maybe it's a cause and effect, where filling that role with a very high level of technical competence is a catalyst, key, whatever you want to talk about it, to law firm growth. I deeply believe that in the firms that I've served. And then when I'm exposed to new firms, it's like, you guys have someone in the driver's seat who's going to kill it, or you don't, right? Okay.
And yeah, I agree with that. And before we move on to take a break, there was something that I wanted to say to you. I wanted to wish you a very reflective and meaningful Constitution and Citizenship Day, which is today.
Oh boy, which is today. Good. Okay. That is. I wish that was not such a loaded celebration today. The Constitution. That's a. I can't get you to say anything. Guy's tight-lipped here. I'm looking at him. He's literally not gonna take the bait to talk about why the Constitution is in jeopardy right now.
If you're enjoying this conversation, then like, subscribe, keep the conversation going by leaving a comment on YouTube. Now let's take a break.
Money makes a it makes a world go round. Money makes a world go round. Yeah, money make a world go round. Yeah, money make a world go round.